Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and a Happy New Year to everybody from wonderful Sydney. I'm down here at Lady Macquarie's chair, as you can see. It's an overcast morning. It's been overcast all December, and it looks like January is going to be a similar sort of vein in terms of the weather. But not to worry, it's a great day. At least it's not hot, it's not raining, it's not windy, it's just beautiful. And the lighting is just perfect for videoing and vlogging. Anyway, I got up this morning and I went down to Bronte to do my early morning swim. So I did my 2-kilometre swim in the Bronte Baths. And after that, I went up onto the cliffside there, just beyond the fence, and sat on the cliff and commenced the vlog. But interestingly enough, what a start to 2021. Let's hope that this is not an omen for the rest of the year. Police officers came and issued me a move on order because I was endangering myself sitting on the edge of the cliff whilst vlogging, and they received a couple of reports from residents who thought that I was going to commit suicide or jump off the cliff. Anyway, how embarrassing was that? But I'm happy to share it with you. It's a little bit embarrassing, but let's kick on. So what I was doing there, I was doing a vlog, and I was extending a vlog that I initiated a couple of days earlier on a book summary called Factfullness by Hans Rosling. And what I was doing is I was doing a deep dive on one of the 10 instincts that human beings have, and the author tells us that we are hardwired in a number of ways, and we have some go-to instincts to help us survive. And the author suggests that there are 10 instincts that tend to distort in today's day and age. These instincts cause more distortion than anything else, and they tend to distort our perspective of the world and prevent us from seeing how the world really is. So the deep dive that I was planning to do today from Bronte, but was interrupted by the police, and I did go red. I'd imagine I would have gone pretty red at that embarrassment. But the instinct that I was going to talk about, and I'll continue now that I'm here and I'm safe at Lady Macquarie's chair, is called the blame instinct. And the author says that deep down we're wired, our psychology is that we're wired, and we have a tendency to look for and find a simple, clear reason for what is going wrong in our lives, what's going wrong in the world. So we all seem to think that with our left brain, with our rationality, with our sequential thinking and our critical thinking, that we can find answers to every problem and to understand what's happening in the world. But we all know that the reality is that the world is so complex, so complicated, that our particular view, our slither of view of the world, is not enough to be able to understand what's going on. We can get a feel for some things, but we can't understand ourselves, let alone understand other people, and then all other things that are going on at the same time. And you'll find it, you'll see it in the way people think, the way that people talk, that they think that they think that it's easy to assume that all the bad things that are going on in the world are because we're surrounded by bad people with bad intentions, which isn't really the case. Shit just happens. Things just happen, and we all try and assign that responsibility and accountability to people outside of ourselves. And it's mainly done from a psychological perspective to comfort us, to give us the opinion or the thought or the comfort that everything is explainable. But what the author says is that there is a psychological need for people to believe that things happen because somebody wanted them to happen, and that people have agency and power. Otherwise, the world feels unpredictable. So it's like a safety blanket, is what the author is suggesting, that people seem to want to believe that there is a simple answer to every question, and that people, other people, are to blame. The governments, the boss, the wife, the mother-in-law. You get where I'm coming from. The politicians, the Prime Minister, the President are all out there to get us. But, and we do this because we want to think that we can control our environment and control what's happening around us by tap, 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 being able to understand and to point the finger and say the reason why that happened was because so-and-so made it so. So, you know, at the end of the day, for all of us, the world is unpredictable, it's confusing, and it's frightening. And sometimes we just need to accept that. And you know, if everything was predictable, then life would be pretty boring, and we wouldn't get up and do anything anyway, because we'd know what our fate was, and we wouldn't be bothered trying to achieve anything. We wouldn't have any goals, any dreams, because we'd think that regardless of what we wanted to do, then other people would be out there to try and mess it up for us. So the author says, quite rightly, that we need to sit and look at ourselves and try and understand this whole blame culture that we're surrounded with, and to try to eliminate this blame culture, because what it does is it distorts our world and it distorts our view of the world. You know, you can't go through life continually blaming other people, and because at the end of the day, we're accountable and we're responsible for what happens in our lives. But by the same token, we can't be bullies and blame ourselves for everything, because not everything in our lives is controllable by us. Not everything in the world is controllable by other people. You know, the bottom line is that the very, very few things that we can have agency over and that we can control outside of our own emotions, our own thinking, and the things that we do. So to even think or suggest that there are people, there's a handful of people. Now this is for the conspiracy theorists, that there's a handful of people sitting in a room pulling levers and controlling the world. At the end of the day, I can't control my next decision. You know, today is the 1st of January. I came up with all of these wonderful New Year's resolutions, just like you did, just like everybody else did, just like everybody else who was watching the fireworks last night came up with all these resolutions. But at the end of the day, a lot of those resolutions will have evaporated by the end of January, and we'll go back to doing the things that we've always done, because we've got to understand that it's very, very hard to change. It's very, very hard to manipulate, to control what's happening around us. But it's not enough to say and to blame other people. It's just that we don't have the power over ourselves to change and to want to change enough to change our lives. Because as we know and we've heard and we've read time and time again, if we change, our whole world will change for us. So the author goes on to talk about this blame instinct and to say that at the end of the day, the reason why we have this blame instinct is that it enables us to exaggerate the importance of individuals or particular groups and to think that other people are controlling us. Years ago, I remember reading that, and it was from Jay Abraham. Jay Abraham is an American marketing guru. He said at the end of the day, deep down, each and every one of us have a desire, have a need to be controlled and to follow other people, and for other people to lead us to where we want to go. So a lot of people want to delegate their control to other people for some particular reason. I don't know, it's because the way we were brought up, the way we've grown up, the disappointments that we've received in our lives, or the challenges that we've faced. But for many people, they just want to hand over control to other people, where you don't really need to. Because we also need to understand that life is complicated and complex, and things aren't clear cut. You know, the reason why people behave the way they behave could be because of 1, 2, 1,000 different reasons, all happening at the same time. But the other reason why we love to blame other people is because by blaming a scapegoat, it steals away the focus from other possible explanations, and it makes our lives easier. Sometimes people just don't want to think about what they're doing wrong, what they're causing, the issues that they have, and they just want to push it out into the ether, push it out into somebody else, just so that they can be comfortable and then not have to deal with their own problems. So the author then goes on to say that because life is complicated, because things just happen, we need to look for causes, not the villains. It's really easy to find a villain, to find a scapegoat, but it's really, really hard to look at the first, second and third consequences of the decisions that we've made, and to look at the causes of the consequences that we're facing. And the author then leads us to a call to action, that we need to accept that bad things can happen without anyone intending them to happen. How many times I've said things, how many times I've tried to do things for other people with the right intention, but it doesn't work out how I've intended it to work out. It hasn't been received the way that I've wanted it to be received, and you end up saying things which get misconstrued and get taken out of context, and then all of a sudden people think you're a dickhead, people think that you're out there to get them, or people want to blame you for things that have happened which are not the way you intended them to happen. So we need to understand that there are multiple interacting causes to the way things happen. For people to sit and think, and you see it in economists. You put 10 economists or 100 economists in a room and you get 101 different opinions. There is just so many moving parts to an economy. There are so many moving parts to human psychology that, even if you do implement monetary policy or fiscal policy, or you pull this lever and you push that lever, and you do this and you do that, expecting people to go in one direction, all of a sudden seeing that they're going in the opposite direction. Because things are complicated, people are complicated, I'm complicated, you're complicated. We just can't, we're just unpredictable, and we see it time and time again. Over the next few weeks, we'll see the unpredictability of people, with the fear, the uncertainty of doubt of COVID-19, with the hope of vaccines, but with also the undercurrents of anti-vaxxers and all the other things that the media are pushing, and what social media is throwing at us left, right and centre. And we just need to understand as the author says here, that good things happen even if we did nothing at all. So we just need to give the system credit and to let things be, and just to learn how to surf. We're going to get waves coming at us, one after the other, and 2 or 3 waves will mount up and cause a tsunami. You just need to understand, and you need to be prepared through 2021, just like you needed to in 2020 and 2019 and 1961 or 1960, whatever you were born. You just need to understand that things just happen, shit happens, and you need to be able to learn how to surf and to make the most of each and every opportunity as and when it presents itself. Anyway, that's enough for this deep dive on this instinct from this wonderful book called Factfullness by Hans Rosling. Let's finish off with the positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great on the first day of January 2021. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, stay positive for as long as you can, and don't blame anybody else for what happens to us in 2021. Learn how to surf, and just understand that at the end of the day, we're accountable for all of the decisions we make. We're responsible and accountable for everything that happens in our lives, but we also need to appreciate that not everything that happens to us we can control, not everything is controllable, and we just need to learn to surf. We need to accept that things happen and to make the most of it. And if things don't work out the way we expect them to work out, don't worry. Just give it another crack. Just keep on giving 2021 your best crack, so that you achieve as much as you can achieve, and accept that things aren't always going to happen the way we've planned them to happen. Just like this morning, where I got a move on order by the police. So let's hope that that's the last move on order I receive in 2021. And I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow, 5 a.m. from another location, highlighting the beauty of the city of Sydney and coupling it with a message of empowerment. Something that'll help us get through the morning, get through the day, get through the year, so that we have shared experiences, shared learnings, and we look forward to catching up and sharing the wonderful learnings that we all have in our lives. Anyway, take care, yasas. I look forward to being with you throughout the year. I've cracked the 600 vlog mark, and I look forward to being the most prolific vlogger that you've come across. Even if you don't have the time to listen to all the vlogs, hopefully you can listen to 1 or 2 along the way, and it may be something that you may find useful. Anyway, thank you very much. Yasas. Happy New Year to everybody. May it be healthy, happy, prosperous, and may all your dreams come true, and may all your dreams have the energy and the actions needed to activate and make them come true, because you just can't sit there waiting for things to happen. You're going to have to take action and take responsibility and accountability for your life, and to make it happen. Anyway, yasas, take care. If you like you once again, and bye for now from Jim's 5 a.m. Club, from Macquarie, Lady Macquarie's chair, on this eerily quiet beginning to 2021. Yasas, and bye for now.